What is going on, YouTube? Happy Wednesday. Hope you're having a fantastic morning or day thus far. Welcome back to Central North Carolina. I am Mr. Ferguson. We're back here in my lawn. Previously, we showed you guys the project lawn. We did a little Easter mow to help out the church and the family, or excuse me, the church family and the Easter hunt they were having out there. So check that out. But we're back here in my lawn today. We got a couple updates I want to show you guys. I've done a mow since we've last showed you my lawn. The last time we were out here, we put down Velocity PM. We did our second application for the front lawn, not knowing if we really should do that with over applying the first time. And we did our first application, applying it all throughout the side and the back lawn. So the lawn is looking gorgeous. I'll just say that. And I want to show that to you. Also, previously we went down by my shed and I did a video about how we can seed in the springtime, especially here in North Carolina, while we're in the 80s right now. Currently, temps are in the 80s. We're doing some seeding in the shade areas. I feel like we got a better chance of that seed and that grass seed surviving when it's in shaded areas rather than open sunlight areas that can really cook the ground. So we've got a lot to show you. We're gonna jump right into it. Make sure you're liking the video, subscribe to the channel if you're interested in lawn care content like this. I like to sometimes mention I am not a professional. I am just a DIY guy. I've got a regular day job, and this is kind of a hobby of mine. I came out about 5 years ago and said, man, I wonder if I can transform my lawn that looks like everybody else in the neighborhood into a decent looking, curb appeal, eye-catching lawn. And I feel like I've done that. I've over accomplished that. Sometimes I wonder how I did it when I try to do it again at the project lawn and stuff. I think the Lord had a lot to do with helping me on that. So without further ado, thanks to those that are subscribed. I just want to also, I don't do this enough, but thanks to our members, to those that have hit the join button on the channel and become a member. There's little perks that you get for doing that. And we've got several people that have done that. And this is not an appeal to get more. If you're interested in that, check it out. The benefits, you get a little icon. When we do live streams, you get videos released to the Super Freak package. I'll release videos early, and sometimes that's difficult making 3 a week, but we do that. And little things like this. Thank you to my members. Just thank you guys. Thank you for supporting this channel and what we're trying to do to just encourage lawn care and just to keep you guys entertained and show you what's going on here in Central NC. So let's turn the camera around. And man, the lawn, guys, is in peak form. It is looking super awesome. The last 2 times I did a diagonal cut, but this last time I did a left to right, side to side. You can see that more this way. But oh my goodness, the lawn is it's looking awesome. And we're I think the stay green is probably wearing out a little bit. We're now really relying and leaning on more of that AMS from Lawn Supply Company we put down. It's a powdery form. We sprayed it. And man, it looks great. You can see now I've taken a bottle of, I cut this out of the last video for the project lawn, but I've bought a little bottle of Specticide weed and grass killer. And that's what I'm taking along like these areas right here in my mulch and just spraying grass like that. I'll show you real fast. I've done that over here in the tree area with mulch. And you can see I did this like 2 days ago. And whether it's grass, whether it's POA, like whatever it is, like it is taking it out. So it's good to have a little squirt bottle full of a weed and grass killer to really just take out these, something. You could do it in a backpack sprayer, but it's easy just to buy a little hand sprayer and just spray it carefully so you're not hurting your good grass. But as you guys can tell, man, it is looking awesome. Not a lot of, I think the growth has slowed a little bit from the Velocity PM, but it's not, the last time I cut it on Friday, it really had, not Friday, it had really jumped up a little bit in growth, and it really needed to be cut. I waited as long as possible. The next thing we're going to be talking about is, you see what we're seeing here? We are seeing a little bit of fungus. Looks like a rust right there. And so I've seen that spot. There was another spot over here somewhere, unless that's the one I saw. Nope, right here. There seems to be an outbreak of the fungus going on. Now, here's the crazy part. We've not had a bunch of rain at all. It's really not rained in a while. I'm not panicking. This is not, oh my gosh, but it is, we're getting into May here soon. We're very quickly approaching May, and it's time to begin to think about fungicides. If you are somebody with a cool season lawn like fescue, that's one of the, I guess, disadvantages of tall fescue, is you really need to think about fungicides. And we'll talk about this more in the future. That's why I say subscribe to the channel. This will be a future video. If you got tall fescue, you're new to it, that's what you planted. Maybe you picked up some Scott's tall fescue, you planted it, it looks awesome. If you want to keep it that way, we might want to check out the fungicides video. We'll do that on Friday, more than likely. But anyways, for today, we're just doing a lawn review. Coming back down here, that does seem like there is some trib still down here in the shade, like right here. And I don't know if you can catch that patch right there in front of the tree, but that's kind of what we're dealing with down here. Some different color. I've got my water hose. I've just left this here since I made that video, guys. I say that I did roll it up for mowing the grass the other day, but here is our lawn soil that we did our area with planting some GCI turf seed. And I thought by yesterday I would have germination, but as you can see, we do not have germination just yet. It's a little warm outside, and that's the only reason I think maybe that's the case. I've been watering this every single day, at least once a day, if not twice. But not yet am I seeing any germination on it. It'll take a little more time, I guess. And today could be the day. You know how it is. You'll say, well, not today. We'll check tomorrow. You water it. And as soon as I'm done with this video, I'm going to wet this down. As I said, my hose is right over here. So I'm going to wet this down as soon as we're done. And it could be this afternoon. It pops and everything, all the seed pops at one time. And it just, you know, there it is. It just appears. So still not there. But let's see, we did that on Thursday because the video. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Today is Tuesday, so that's 5 days. So this is day, so we're still in, you know, it could be today or tomorrow where we should see some germination down here. So we'll keep you posted on that. But other than that, let's go around the front lawn. I mean, the mow looks good. Another video I've thought about doing that I've just not done yet is mower maintenance. I need to wipe down my mower. It's dirty, it's nasty, but more importantly, I need to sharpen my blades, and I've just been lazy to do that. The cut looks pretty good here, as you can see it. There's nothing like sticking up or, you know, anywhere, but I am noticing a little more outlier, you know, grass blades. I need to get my mower blade sharpened, and normally I do it myself. Front yard, I think we're snapping out of the previous over application of Velocity PM because I feel like it is now for sure growing more. Now, it looks pretty good. So as you see it, I mean, it just, the color looks great, you know, nothing to complain about. It looks wonderful. It's not growing out of control. This growth regulator, you know, qualities of the Velocity PM is nice because it's not going out of control. So I mowed yesterday. And this over here, by the way, remember I put the green shoots on top of some Poa Triv? There you go. That's what it looks like. It's just totally melted it. This is an option. If you don't want to do Velocity PM, if you don't want to hand pull it, the green shoots is glyphosate. It's a foam. You put it on top of the plant and it absorbed it and it's gone. And now we got a hole here. So you could take grass plugs from other areas of your lawn and plug that in. You can plant new seed, you can leave it. Right now, I've just left it. We'll see what happens here. We may get some crabgrass here, though, if we don't fill it in with something. So that's something to consider. The interesting part, though, is over here. Look at this. And it's already started. This Poa Triv looks alive and well, and it looks like it is totally growing already ahead of the tall fescue. That's not good. So what may have happened, what may be the case, and I think this is probably true, is trying to do the 12 milliliters, which is 12.5 technically is what we should have applied, over my, you know, I do it in half gallons, you know, as some people was asking. I do it with a wide nozzle. I did change up to the 10, and it's a 10-foot spray. So like I'm doing this entire front lawn in 5 passes. 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, about 5 passes with that 10-foot or so. So now what may have happened is because you're doing that walk at a faster pace, the you're doing it quicker. It was a little windy that day as well. It may not have totally, you know, I may not have put enough down, because if I'm still, and now on the flip side, we've seen this. Let's walk over here because I want to show you. On the flip side, I did the same amount, same walk that I do for all of my applications over here. However, I do specifically remember when I was walking back over this way, I just gave it an extra squirt or two right here at this poetriv. And look at this. It has totally been affected. It is not growing taller than the tall fescue. It is more affected because I kind of concentrated that spray as an extra, just, you know, like right over top of it, and really hit it with that Velocity PM, where I didn't do that. I just kind of did a back and forth normal spray. And I will say the nozzle that I'm using, that's like a 10-foot wide spray, sometimes it can clog, and there's little teeny gaps, you know, in that. It's not a consistent across, and that's what it was saying on the label. Don't use jet nozzles, you know, so for consistent spray. So I'm fine with it. It's the heat is coming. We're in May. The heat is coming. This poetriv is going to go away. It may be something that we just reevaluate next year. We reset with the Velocity PM. I know that the heat is when you want to apply it. I just feel like I'm done with it. We've dealt with it so much. I've done an application at the church, an over application here, and we did another one. I think I'm going to do another one for sure in the backyard. I like the way the growth regulator perks of this Velocity PM is awesome. When, yes, I know we could just buy a growth regulator, but it's looking great. And so this will be great. You know, I'm going to do another application before we get up above 90 degrees in the side and in the backyard for sure. We may do a third over here on the front lawn, but it's looking awesome, guys. I don't know. This GCI turf seed is amazing. I like it. And it's not just the seed, obviously. It is just fescue in May and April in North Carolina just looks amazing. So just wanted to show off the lawn a little bit. This is the time when, back in the day, when I was so proud of myself. I was doing a lot of drone pictures, and I've got so many hard drives full of pictures. I was so proud because I didn't know how long it might last. I will say that I've had to come out here yesterday and hand water this area right here by the post office, I always say that, by the mailbox, because it was starting to stress out right here. Nothing else really, but of course by the road. But just because we've not had rain in so long, and all this week we've got like 50% chance of rain. So you can see this area is just looking incredible. And guys, we got up to 84 yesterday. Similar temps today, I think 79. And storms, like I said, storms all week. So right around 13 minutes, so we'll start cutting it off. But that's kind of what we're dealing with here in Central NC. So the next big thing that I think I'm going to be focusing on here is fungicides. Definitely, that's important. I'm seeing a little bit of outbreak in the back lawn. Not sure why, because again, we've not had a lot of rain to really, you know, when we talk about fungus coming into your lawn, we're going to get into more details about that maybe Friday. But we've not had lots of rain to promote fungus in the lawn. But this could be, you know, what everybody was saying last year. There's fungus that is just, you just kind of ignore it. We'll see what happens. I'm not going to spray because of this. But when we start getting into May, it's time to start preventing anyways, at least here where I am in my location. And we'll talk about azoxystrobin. We're going to talk about propiconazole. Why are they the best? Are they the best? Is there other forms, granular forms, liquid forms? If you have tall fescue, if you're unaware of these things, I know there's lots of YouTube channels out there, but you need to be aware about fungicides. And I'll tell my age-old story about why I said, nope, not going to do fungicides. I'm not getting sucked into that game. I don't need it. My grass looks great. I'm going to be fine. And I learned a lesson. And so that's why I do fungicide videos now, and why I buy them and why I apply them. You know, talking with when I went to the NC State class, the biggest reason that fescue is difficult in North Carolina is not because of really the temps, it's because of fungus. Fescue is more susceptible to fungus. And so if you have Bermuda, if you have zoysia, if you have centipede and all these grasses that are warm season, you really don't have to worry about fungus. However, for us that have Kentucky bluegrass further north, you know, tall fescue down south and up north, we need to pay attention and we need to be on top of our fungicides. So we'll get into that. We'll kind of go forward with it. I know people up north are not here where we are yet, But we're looking good, guys, and you can see that AMS from Lawn Supply Company looking awesome. Some others have mentioned, you know, Tractor Supply and others, you can get AMS in a bag, powder form to spray, granular. It looks awesome, and it'll fertilize your grass. It'll make it look awesome. So we're looking good here, guys. Not a lot to complain about. So God bless you. I'm going to try to go hit some golf balls, continue to work on the golf game. Hope you guys have a great week. We'll see you next time from Central North Carolina.